If you could have one of the McLaren drivers, which one would it be?
Oscar.
Are you happy to play number 2 to Lando?
No.
Oscar Piastri wins the Chinese Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Piastri versus Norris is shaping up to be our narrative for the most important trophy at the end of the season.
Lando Norris versus Oscar Piastri. These two McLaren teammates have turned the F1 season into an absolute thriller. Janay, what's your take on this papaya-powered showdown?
It's electric. Two young guns battling out in the supremacy of the fastest team on the grid. We've seen sparks fly, literally, and with the championship on the line, it's only going to get more intense. But before taking a look at Norris and Piastri, we should take a look at F1's storied past and their rivalries.
To understand Norris versus Piastri, we have to look back at F1's iconic rivalries. Think back to 2021, Max Verstappen versus Lewis Hamilton. That season was an absolute nail-biter, culminating to that controversial Abu Dhabi finale where Max Verstappen snatched the title from Lewis Hamilton. It had everything: crashes, mind games, absolute drama.
Absolutely, Aaron, but it's not new. Let's go further back to the 1980s where Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost, two of McLaren's top and primary drivers, hated each other so much that they crashed in Suzuka in 1989.
His annoyance. The right-hand side is pole position and the track is dirty there. The grid on the left-hand side is actually going to have a start advantage at a circuit where passing is virtually impossible except at the notorious chicane where Alain Prost and Ayrton Senna, both in McLarens last year, collided, and we all know what happened subsequently. Ayrton Senna went on.
There's Prost running back, but it's all over for him.
Well, that was predictable, I'm afraid. The man who got to the first corner first was going to be the world champion.
Having said all that, of course, we could have a restart to this race. There's the two cars in a very dangerous position, and if the race is stopped, well, they're moving them, so if they get a move, and as yet there is no red flag.
Even 1990s, when Michael Schumacher and Mika Hakkinen went toe-to-toe for the championship.
Nerve is all over him, look, he's going through! Oh yes! I don't think... Out goes Michael Schumacher! That didn't work, Michael, you hit the wrong part of him, my friend. He has got the slipstream, we know he's got 10 kilometres an hour extra, but Michael Schumacher very firmly closing the door.
We have seen a magnificent Hungarian Grand Prix, which is won by Michael Schumacher in the Ferrari.
One day I will win.
Mika Hakkinen comes through to win in Spain.
And it doesn't matter what we are going to say.
At Red Bull, we had Mark Webber and Sebastian Vettel with the multi-team fiasco orders in 2013.
Sebastian, multi-map 2-1, multi-map 2-1, and look after your tyres, please. This is silly, sir, come on.
Yep, that's good teamwork.
Okay, Mark, he was told. Sebastian.
I was really scared. All of the penalty was moving, and I had to leave the line. To repeat, I had to get over the line.
Good job, Sebastian. Good job. Looked like you wanted it bad enough. Still, there'll be some explaining to do.
40-21, sir. Yeah, multi-21.
In the end, Seb made his own decisions today and we'll have protection as usual, and that's the way it goes.
I put myself above that decision today. I didn't mean to. I can only, say sorry, apologize. I know it might sound very dull now to Mark and to the team, but it's the truth.
And let's not forget Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton, teammates who grew up together at Mercedes but still ended up in an all-out war after crashing out in Spain in 2016. All these rivalries push the sport forward, and Norris and Piastri are writing their own stories.
Cover his hands over his eyes, and he won't want to see that again. We have the safety car out here, but the two silver arrows have crashed on the opening lap. Hamilton takes out his teammates, and there will be a big inquiry behind closed doors into that.
I was in the incorrect engine setting, so I was down in power. So Lewis closed in, and I saw him coming, so I closed the door, to defend my position, because that was my race to win.
I was gained on him by 17 k's an hour. Yeah.
Do you think he was fair with you?
I'm not going to get into that. No, I'm just going to move forwards and hope for the best.
What have the stewards decided?
Nothing. They said it was neither. They can't decide. So
it is definitely not a 100% pro one and zero for the other, and that's why I wouldn't want to attribute any blame to each of them.
What makes this unique is that they are teammates, echoing Senna Prost. Fast forward to 2025, and McLaren is absolutely crushing it, with a record equalizing 6 Grand Prix to spare, racking up 650 points, way ahead of Mercedes at 325. 11 wins out of 14 races. Now that's called dominance. The MCL60 is an absolute beast that turns them a class on the field.
No doubt, Aaron. Starting early with double podiums and then steamrolling the competition, Oscar Piastri leads the World Drivers' Championship with 336 points and Lando Norris right behind at 314. But back there, lurking like a dark horse, is Max Verstappen.
Verstappen could spoil the party, especially with Red Bull's late season form. But the real story is inside the McLaren's drivers.
So who did you tell when you found out you got the drive?
So I wasn't really allowed to tell anyone. So it was a bit weird because I wasn't even really allowed to tell my mum, because at the time she didn't know, but my dad knew, my manager knew, my trainer knew. So it was just us really, and I had to go and say goodbye to all the F2 guys, and it was a bit awkward because it wasn't awkward, but we wanted to say something because it's awesome news obviously, but I wasn't allowed to say anything. So yeah, until yesterday, until the announcement, I had to keep it all under wraps and quiet.
His history: podium in his second season, 2021 pole position, but wins were elusive until Miami 2024. Fast, charismatic, but sometimes cracks under pressure.
Running side by side, and then Danny Kvyat into Sainz, into Norris. Ouch. Towards Lando Norris's McLaren. And he's probably just lifted off the sofa in unison with making his way. And down past our commentary box, Lando Norris has gone off. Lance Stroll has gone off with him in the racing points. And two, Lance Stroll's got the advantage. Norris was trying to squeeze through, and yeah, he took out the racing point.
Lando Norris crashed out of second practice at the 2020 Tuscan Grand Prix, running wide at turn 3, dipping his left rear wheel.
Lance Stroll going very wide indeed, and going off the track in his battle with Lando Norris.
Flat spotted tyres as well, of course. He's got a pit anyway. Probably some damage to Norris's car.
Yeah, along with Perez on the outside, but then Bottas, I think, locks up into the back of Norris. Norris into Verstappen.
And he's getting out of the car. And I think that's because his radiator was absolutely bust, and he's furious. And he was just very unlucky.
Back in line. Yeah, oh, I see. It just started to wander into an oversteer.
Oscar Piastri, the Australian prodigy who burst on the scene in 2023.
Welcome to McLaren. You must be Oscar.
Thank you. Yes, that is me. My name is Oscar Piastri, and today is my first day at McLaren.
I have some items for you here. Access card.
It's important. I'm allowed in everywhere now.
Site map.
Now I know where I'm going.
There's a phone for you as well.
Thank you.
And a tablet.
It's always a fun day.
One more thing. There's your car key.
So I got the keys to a McLaren Artura. Very, very cool car. Let's go find it. Haha, my new wheels. I believe this is called perks of the job.
Who joined McLaren from Alpine in 2023 after a controversial switch. He won the Qatar sprint race that year, and his first Grand Prix victory came in Hungary 2024 in the World Drivers' Championship in 2024. And get this, some bosses and pundits rate him way over Lando Norris, including Toto Wolff and Christian Horner.
For plan B in case he were to leave?
You know, Oscar Piastri. so.
Exactly. Individual talents clashing. Norris with experience, Piastri with raw speed. But conflicts, oh, they have had plenty.
McLarens collide and Norris is out.
This rivalry heated up in 2024 with the two number ones philosophy. No clear lead driver leading on the track scraps. Remember Hungary? Piastri won, but only after Norris gave back the lead due to team orders.
Three laps to go. Lead of this race, and that was the right thing to do. Well done, eventually, Lando Norris.
Yeah, you don't need to say anything.
Well, Lando can try and keep in DRS range here, never go back at him yet, but he really did get out of it down the pit straight. That is the moment that he followed.
Then Italy 2023, with their first big clash in contact at Monza.
Oscar, this is a bit like Hungary last year. We pitted in this order for team reasons. Please let Lando pass, then you're free to race.
I mean, we said that a slow pit stop was part of racing, so I don't really get what's changed here.
He's doing it.
But if we really want to do it, then I'll do it.
Team order issued. Team order listened to.
Pretty painful in a way, but I think you've done the right thing. We can talk about it after finish P3.
Yeah, a bit of a tough one. Once the rear calmed down a bit, then it was alright, but yeah, a bit lively for the race, but thanks for the effort. Not the easiest of weekends. And
first part of the race, you know, the car wasn't exactly how I liked, and yeah, once the tyres went away, it actually felt a bit better, which is never a great sign. So yeah, happy with the points, and I'll take it. Yeah, a little incident at the end, but that's okay.
Can you talk us through what happened at the end at the pit stop?
No idea.
I don't know. I felt like I was there for quite a long time, but yeah, I guess every now and then, we make mistakes as a team. So today was one of them.
And Singapore 2025 was wild. Norris bumped into Verstappen and then slid into Piastri. Piastri was furious since he had front wing damage.
Verstappen ahead then of Piastri. Norris then battling away with his teammate and championship rival. He's got the inside line as he forces Piastri wide, and Lando Norris has managed to get through.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't very team-like, but sure. So are we cool with Lando just barging me out of the way, or?
And said it damaged team harmony.
Oscar will have the opportunity to review together afterwards. Focus on this race, mate. We can still have a good result here.
Yeah, but if he has to avoid another car by crashing into his teammate, then that's a pretty good job of avoiding.
We're not used to hearing you rattled, so just tell us what's going through your mind right now. We heard the radio messages, you said Lando barged you and you weren't happy.
Yeah, obviously a difficult race, difficult first lap, but I've not seen the replay, obviously. I just know from in car, so I'll go and have a look, but it's obviously a great night for the whole team. Obviously not the race I was looking for, but for the whole team. Tonight is a combination of a lot of hard work over not just this year, but lots of years. So it's a really proud moment for me to be a part of that, and a proud moment for the whole team.
Zach's just said to us, or said on the feed, that our drivers race hard and they race clean. Do you believe that?
Yes, I think we do. I don't think obviously there was any intention of contact, but there was, and again I need to look at the replay and see what exactly happened.
Do you feel like there are new rules going forward? Do you feel like this is set precedent for the rest of the season between you two?
I don't know. I've not seen the incident from the TV camera, so I need to look at that first before I say any comments.
People I think at home want to know is that are there any repercussions for the little bit of contact with Oscar in Singapore, and will it change any of the racing for the rest of the season, Lando?
I mean, of course, things are reviewed, and yeah, there are and will be repercussions for me till the end of the season. So yeah, it's not like I've got away with anything, but it was also an incident that let's say was small, and there was potential to try and avoid it. It's something I never want to. I said it back after the race. I can't afford to make contact and have anything happen like what happened, because I put just as much risk on my whole championship from something going wrong as I do on whoever I might be racing against. So of course repercussions, yeah, for myself, but otherwise. Yeah, the engagement and how we go racing is the same as it's always.
You've just told us that Lando has taken responsibility for coming together, the little clonk in Singapore. He's just told us that there are and will be repercussions for him. We think on track. We don't know. What are those repercussions, and will they give you an advantage in the World Championship?
I can't say what the repercussions are. It's for the team to know.
Is it a smack on the bum, less dinner money, a fine? What are we talking here? Is it
let your imagination run wild.
Well, I think. Okay.
But ultimately, he has taken responsibility for it, and there is a form of repercussion for that. Yes.
But you're not going to tell us what it is. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't ask you what the repercussions are specifically, and is it going to hurt your chance of winning the World Championship?
From what I know, it's one question each. So thank you very much.
That's what I meant by I wouldn't be doing my job.
Well, it's one question each.
If I didn't ask.
Next question.
So maybe my colleagues can ask that.
From the outside view, it seemed that your approach of going into races has changed a bit since the DNF in Zandvoort. Are you more risky, more aggressive in going into races?
No, I wouldn't say so. It's easy to have that assumption if you just look at Singapore, which you're probably doing. But no, I wouldn't say so. I mean, even more since then, I need to make sure I finish the races and avoid anything like Singapore happening. So I wouldn't say so. I mean, every race you try and adjust a little bit and those kind of things, but it's more I need to make the most of
opportunities when they come my way.
Famous journalists like Guenther Steiner have suggested McLaren to.
Oscar now is in his third year. He learned a lot. He won races last year, so he's ready.
Oscar Piastri. We've got a lot of hope on Oscar trying to win a home Grand Prix. How good is he?
Very good, very good. I think he has got a good chance to win here, in my opinion. I mean, he showed that he's good because he can compete with Lando Norris, which is one of the best. So I think obviously the stars need to align. You need to have a good car, you need to have a good day. But I think he has got the first one after the testing last week. The McLaren, I think it's the best car. So I think it will be a battle between the two teammates because for the win, because I think that them two, they are at the same level as drivers, Lando and Oscar, because Oscar now is in his third year. He learned a lot. He won races last year, so he's ready. So I think it could be interesting.
Is Oscar a future world champion?
Yeah, he can be. As I said, you always need to be in the right car. But in the moment, he could be already this year. I said it before. Sometimes this year, if he starts off good, on the right foot, and I always say. Oscar, I don't know him personally very well. I know him from saying hello, but I know Mark, and Mark Webber, which coaches him, which is very important because what Mark can teach Oscar is mistakes he shouldn't be making because Mark made them himself. So,
Verstappen as the dark horse, anything could happen.
True. Verstappen has won races. He could steal points, but with Piastri ahead by 22 points and 6 races left, this rivalry could decide the title. Will McLaren impose orders or will the gloves come off?
It's anyone's guess, but it's making F1 unmissable.
That's our deep dive for Norris vs Piastri. Thanks for tuning into PS Sports. I am Aaron.
And I'm Janay. See you next time.